In a YouTube climate that is dominated by million-dollar companies and content that caters to the lowest IQ, there is a man that stands against this tide as a beacon of hope for good content on YouTube, and has used his high subscriber count and popularity to sidestep the unjust demonetization and the silencing of edgy channels, so that he may dominate the entire single YouTuber creator ecosystem. This man is, of course, PewDiePie, but things haven't always been this way for him, and he's had to battle biased journalists, YouTube desperately trying to erase him, and bridges to get to the place he is now, while evolving his content from gameplay commentary to playthrough commentary to whatever this shit is to where he is now. And he's done this so that he can stay relevant in over the 10 years he's been on YouTube. This is the story of PewDiePie, the dethroned king of YouTube. PewDiePie was born Felix Arvid Ulf Waffle Schellberg on the 24th of October 1989 in Gotham City, Sweden. Felix was born as an outgoing devil child to a rich family, and when he was young, he took pleasure in only two things: fucking with people and eating meatballs. That was until one day when Felix was walking home, and he walked past a GameStop, or what they call them in Sweden, IKEA Games, and he saw a man playing Sonic the Hedgehog through the window. Felix felt a weird attraction to the spinning ball they called a hedgehog, one that was purely sexual. From that day forth, Felix had become a furry, and he could never fully relate to his peers, and found that Sonic the Hedgehog was his only friend. Felix fell in love with Sonic, and would draw fanfic comics of all his favourite video game characters coming together to have some fun. Wink. This was the start of Felix's passion for both art, gaming, and hentai, and this would drive his personality for the future. But Felix's weird obsession with video game characters outcasted him from the other children, and they would exclude him from making IKEA furniture with them. He then stopped being the outgoing person that he once was, and instead became introverted. Felix stopped caring about his grades at school, and he would instead skip school, and he would miss important classes, such as how to make furniture, socialism, and the dangers of bridges. Only he would have gone to school. He would continue skipping school, until one day he saw a public school, and he was so frightened of the poor people that he cleaned up his act and went back to getting good grades and graduated top of his class with 100 confirmed kills. And then, following in the footsteps of his big-time CEO mum, he went to Chalmers University. Felix didn't enjoy his time in Chalmers University though, and would often find himself skipping classes, and instead would practice making Photoshop art. And wouldn't you know, he was pretty good at it, and he was up for a high-class apprenticeship for a prominent Scandinavian advertising agency. It was between him and another man. In the end, Felix didn't get the apprenticeship, which was good for him in the long run, because if he got the apprenticeship, he would have never found YouTube and never made the channel PewDiePie. With PewDiePie's dreams behind him, he dropped out of school and got a job flipping wieners on the street. No more context needed. He also fully committed to YouTube and would make commentary YouTube videos of games such as COD and Minecraft, and he had grown to around 200 subscribers, and he was in the talks with a girl named Marzia from Italy. Marzia didn't speak much English, and the only Italian word PewDiePie knew was lasagna. Marzia must have loved lasagna, because that was all a smooth criminal needed. So in early 2010, PewDiePie went to Italy to see a girl he'd only talked to online, and they hit it off. A year later, they moved in with each other in Sweden, and that's when PewDiePie really took off when he made his Amnesia series. People loved his dark humor and scared reactions. Most people would say that PewDiePie's Amnesia reactions are fake, and you'd be correct, because who is 900 hours on a game and still gets scared of the same dude over and over again? PewDiePie would continue to grow as a YouTuber, thanks to his revolutionary idea of the invention of the face cam that put PewDiePie on the map. People love watching PewDiePie being quirky by naming inanimate objects and saying spastic things like booby and feet, which I think is have a nice day in Swedish. In 2012, PewDiePie went from 100,000 subscribers to 3.5 million subscribers, and then the next year, the coined Bro Army got even bigger, and by the end of the year of 2013, he had 19.3 million subscribers, and he was the most subscribed YouTuber, starting the long reign of PewDiePie being the king of YouTube. Now as the king of YouTube, PewDiePie could do power moves, and one of these power moves was officially announcing in August 2014 that he's permanently disabling his comment section. But this power move proved to be too powerful, so powerful that no one really cared, so he re-enabled them 2 months later. PewDiePie kept up his usual content, but over the course of 2015, things were slowly changing. PewDiePie's once positive, high-energy personality was getting more edgy and sarcastic. Gameplay took a back seat, and acting like a spazzy retard was in full motion for all his viewers to see. And when they asked, "Hey man, what's going on? Where's the gameplay, man?" PewDiePie replied with a video admitting that all his gameplay reactions were fake and he wants to be himself from now on. And it turns out, this is how PewDiePie really is.
Help! Please!
2016 was rolling in and PewDiePie had tasted the SJW way of life and he hated it. I mean, look at him. He looks fucked up. He's got flowers on his head. What did Wall Street Journal do to you, man? In order for PewDiePie to get his dignity back, he had no choice but to go full edgelord and could not stop respecting women. In fact, PewDiePie was so into respecting women that he paid local homeless man, Brad, to dress up as his girlfriend so they could respect him when Marzia wasn't around. During this time, Scare PewDiePie was also made, and since PewDiePie keeps none of the profits, and I assume that the scumbags at YouTube get the profits, I made sure to torrent it. Got your back, Pewds. As 2016 went by, PewDiePie got more and more edgy, till he crossed the line and put these jokes in his videos.
Subscribe to Keemstar.
These clips may have only been a couple seconds long, but it was enough for Wall Street Journal to write an entire article on him and cancel not just PewDiePie, but YouTube as an entire platform, causing the adpocalypse and many great YouTubers to die to new unjust rules. A moment of silence for our fallen soldiers.
I won't lie, this is definitely me when I'm driving.
PewDiePie was at his lowest point. Scare PewDiePie Season 2 was cancelled. He was dropped by his network, and Marzia left him for Markiplier. PewDiePie's life was in ruins around him. Everything he worked so hard for, his reputation, his ad revenue, his YouTube friends, all in shadows around him. But what is he supposed to do? Not many people have been in a position like him before, so he decided to do the one thing that he knew how to do. He just kept making videos, day after day, month after month. People started coming back and putting their trust in PewDiePie. That was until 2017, when PewDiePie tried to cross a bridge, and we all know how that ended.
What a fucking
Nice guy. PewDiePie had to start again, and continue making videos to win back the favor of his fans. He made totally new original ideas, of Lawai, You Laugh You Lose, and Meme Review. He also paid off Glamour to get him in the top 100 sexiest man alive, so that Marzia would leave Markiplier and come back to him. PewDiePie just kept making videos. He wasn't going to stop because he just loved making them. And by 2018, people were swarming his channel again, loving all his videos that now mostly consisted entirely of PewDiePie reacting to fan-made content. It was in one of these videos that he found out about the Indian juggernaut that was catching up to him in subscribers. That was, of course, T-Series. And this was the start of the great T-Series vs PewDiePie war. It started small, and PewDiePie sarcastically challenged T-Series, but knew that his time had come to hand over his crown. But it was the fans that wanted to fight back. They didn't like the idea of the biggest YouTuber on the site being a label company, and the first strike commenced when MrBeast advertised subscribe to PewDiePie all over his city. This rallied the people to say subscribe to PewDiePie wherever they went, and PewDiePie started skyrocketing in subscribers, and the war was on. T-Series struck back and had their underpaid workers were working overtime to make new accounts, subscribe to T-Series, then repeat this over again. The Bro Army rallied and they changed their name to the 9-year-olds and got their grandmas, their teachers, and even their dogs to subscribe to PewDiePie. There were advertisements for PewDiePie in Times Square. Logan Paul took a break from filming dead bodies to give his support to PewDiePie. Fans were doing their part in getting people to subscribe to PewDiePie any way they could, and Pewds motivated the Bro Army by proposing to Marzia. But they were battling a never-ending horde, and they knew that they couldn't keep up the fight forever. PewDiePie decided to set a goal of first to 100 million, but as they neared their goal, the movement slowed down to a halt at the last legs of the race, and T-Series overtook PewDiePie and made it to 100 million subscribers first. But no one was crying. PewDiePie may have lost the war, but he won the battle. When T-Series got their 100 million play button, their celebration was hollow. It was presented on stage, and no one was cheering for them, because no one wanted them to win. When PewDiePie got his 100 million play button, he showed it off in the comfort of his house, in his familiar setup, to fans that had as much as a part in getting that play button as he did, that nobody could take away from PewDiePie and the 9-year-old army. PewDiePie also got married at this time with Marzia, and then at the end of 2019, after being shunned from YouTube Rewind for 4 years, PewDiePie was featured as the most viewed YouTuber of the year, with 4 billion views, 1.2 billion views above this weirdo in second place. I mean, look at this guy. What grown man wears cat ears? Oh god. PewDiePie had worked hard and gotten back all he had lost 2 years prior, and had shown the YouTube community that people still love to watch single creators making videos in their room, rather than a Jimmy on a talk show, no matter how hard YouTube recommends that stuff. Now that it's 2020, PewDiePie has changed his channel back to mostly gaming content, which is a welcome change by his fans, that still stand beside him as a shield from the unjust mainstream media. As for the future of PewDiePie, as long as he avoids all bridges and keeps the fans happy, then I think he's gonna be alright, and we can all wait for the next chapter of the PewDiePie channel.